Now that we shook off those bad vibes, I'm actually really excited about today's little training. It's not going to be so much a training as it's going to be like a tapping session, and I created this fun tapping sequence for creatives, and I thought, oh my gosh, I have to share this with you guys because I fucking love it. And so I'm calling it Opening the Creative Channels with Tapping, and we're going to start with a brain dump with a twist. And so a lot of times we try to sit down and create content and we get frustrated because we don't like get past all of the thoughts that are in our brain, and either it feels like nothing's coming, or what does come sucks and we hate it. So this is like a fun little way for you to prime your creative pump so you can start cranking out dope ass content that you love and creates your soul humans. So this fun tapping sequence is for creatives, and it starts with the brain dump, like I said, and we're gonna tap where we tap on the energy meridians and we say all the thoughts. So like, just like you would in your journal and your, like any other brain dump, or I can't remember I heard another term for it the other day, but basically you're just taking all of your thoughts that are in your mind and you're putting them on paper, and that's a brain dump. This is a version of a brain dump, but what we're gonna do is we're going to say all the thoughts that are in our heads, and as we're saying them, we're going to tap on the energy meridians, and basically it's going to make it a little more potent, because not only are you saying and doing the brain dump, which is super powerful, but you're tapping on the energy meridians, and that's going to break up any energy, I hate saying blocks, but any disruptions in your energy that those thoughts, sorry, I'm getting that those thoughts can cause. And you're just going through and saying those thoughts so they can stop rolling around in your brain. And then the second part of the sequence of this, the phase of this sequence, where we open up our creative energy channels. So go ahead and grab a glass of water, because it's always important to stay hydrated when you are doing tapping, because we're working with the energy meridians. So I'm going to have some right now. Okay, so for this brain dump, I was trying to think of like, how could I get this, like, how would this work live? And so this is the first time I'm doing it, so I'm sure I'll change the format at some point, but I was thinking, because my brain dump isn't necessarily going to resonate with you guys, or maybe it will, I don't know, but I'll try and keep it general if you want to follow along with me. Or for this part of it, you can mute me and then say your own brain dump, so the thoughts that are in your brain, while you're watching me tap the energy meridians. So I would just be muted and you'll just be seeing me tap, you'll follow along, and you'll say the thoughts that are coming to mind. Either way will work. It's just what you feel comfortable doing. If you want to just watch me do it and then you can like get an idea of how you can do it by yourself, that's totally fine. So basically we're just trying to get the bullshit thoughts that play on repeat in our brains so we can access creativity more quickly. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. And again, we're gonna do a quick little grounding. It's always important to ground into your body and into this moment before you start your tapping. So just go ahead and close your eyes, or lower your gaze if that feels comfortable. Take a deep breath and just trust that this is right where you're supposed to be. let go of the day thus far. And just feel what it feels like to be in your body right now. Your back against the chair, or your bottom against the ground or the seat. Just breathing. Release any expectations that you might have for this, or any disbelief that you might have. And just trust that you're here for a reason. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and if you want to put me on mute, you can go ahead now, and I'll just signal to you when it's time to come, like unmute me. And we'll just do this part, and we're just gonna be doing the brain dumping. I'll try and keep it pretty general, but this is my brain dump, so it might apply, it might not. But go ahead and either mute me now or follow along and say yours out loud or in your head. I have so much to do today. And I don't feel like doing any of it. If you guys are just coming in, go ahead. We're just doing brain dump tapping. So if you have thoughts or whatever running through your head, go ahead and do that, and then I'll explain the second part. So just follow along with me and say yours out loud, or you can follow mine. I feel kind of stressed today, and I don't really know where to start. I think I have some bills coming due, but I'm not really sure. My hair is kind of pissing me off today. The technology was really pissing me off today. I need to meal prep tonight. I hope that my offer is clear enough. Is anyone even seeing my content? It kind of feels like the algorithm hates me right now. Or maybe my content has just been sucking lately. I don't know. I kind of wish we had bananas right now. And I want to go to the pool today. And I can't forget to call the doctor. I'm excited for my new program. And I have so many ideas. But I'm not really sure where to start with them. It feels like I don't have enough time in the day. Like, if I could just get another 12 hours, I feel like that would be good. Or maybe I'm just not very good with my time. I probably shouldn't have had coffee today. Too much caffeine early. It's not good for me. I hope I have time for the gym today. I want to start creating more reels. Okay, take a deep breath. Hold at the top. Okay, if you had on mute, then you can unmute it now. Okay, so now that we got the brain dump done and we got all those thoughts out, if you still have like thoughts going around in your head, you can continue either after this, you can do it more, or if you're watching the replay, you can just pause this and continue until you feel complete. So I like to do this literally, as you can see, it was literally all of my thoughts that I've had today, and then some. So I just really, because if you think about it, like, our thoughts just come and they don't really make sense. It's just whatever's coming through at that moment. If you've ever heard, you can choose your first thought. You can't choose your first thought, but you can choose your second thought. That's where this comes in. Is like all those first thoughts, we're just trying to get them out. And by tapping on the energy meridians, you're sending energy to, because those thoughts are usually ones that are on repeat. And so they can have an emotional charge with them. So what the tapping does, in addition to the brain dump, because that's just good for your brain in general, it breaks up those habitual patterns of, like, it's not necessarily like a huge energetic block, but it can keep those thoughts on repeat. So you're kind of like completing the thought circle or the thought loop or whatever. So you're removing it. Anyway, so now that you've got that done, okay, so now we're gonna go into opening up our creative channels. And so we're just gonna take a little second, close your eyes, take a deep breath, just get into the moment. Okay, and just follow along and repeat after me. If I say something that doesn't necessarily resonate with you, you can replace it with your own phrase. This is just a guidepost for you. I just cleared out all the thoughts that were blocking access to all the amazingness that's deep inside of me. I'm opening up my creative channels, opening up for new ideas, new perspectives, and new opportunities. Releasing any resistance around my creative process. Releasing any ideas of what creativity looks like for me. I'm allowing the well of ooey-gooey goodness to be tapped into and accessed at any time. My creative channels are open, and dope content flows through me with ease. I always have loads of ideas for content. I'm opening up to the creative process. I don't need to force or make myself be creative. My job is to remove the trash from my mind and allow the goodness to flow to me. I'm opening up my creative channels, releasing resistance, opening up to new possibilities, new ways for me to be creative. Thinking outside the box. Opening up my creative channels. Clearing out all the trash. And just allowing all that goodness to flow to me. Okay, take a deep breath. Hold at the top and let it go. Okay, so I hope you guys are feeling really good, and that is my fun, creative process for, that's like my process that I use before